Well, I was getting a surprise message while testing the blender fan and the Royal vacuum. I get this message saying that from Dan Spiffy Neuman here, that he got an industrial today. I'm not sure where from. I don't know if he went to get it or if he got it shipped on Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist, but this is rather cool. It said it was a butterfly industrial, but this is actually labeled Regency, or Laurel's Regency. This is the label that it's got. Fort Meyers, Florida. Interesting. And these canopies are plastic, so these are very delicate and got to be very careful with them. So there's no amp rating on there, so I am gonna see what it draws when I fire it up. Okay, and this looks so much like an HRS. I mean, the blades, that motor is shaped like a cast HRS motor, like a certain collector named Chandler, Manhandler, HRS type. So to start it off, we're gonna do 0 to high. Let me just tilt it back a little just to get a little more in. Do 0 to high, and let's see what the inrush is. 47.85. And this thing looks like it is flying, and it's gonna have a fairly big inrush. Still hear it accelerating, so. Oh wow. I'm impressed with how much current it doesn't draw. That's impressive for an older industrial, because usually these things are over an amp, especially like my Pelco is. I know the Union Goldlines draw just under an amp, like 0.9 amps, but this draws like a modern Goldline. Runs like one, but I'm feeling a lot of air, so this really feeling the air, and I definitely call this airflow Goldline according to our categories of residential spinner, then K55, K63, and then Goldline. This is definitely Goldline, at least. Might even surpass the Goldline by a little bit, like the SMCs, which I have one of them hanging in the loft, so. This could be something that I might change out with something. Not sure yet. I have to decide which one I want to change it out with, but I am going to change it out with something. Alright, well, let's check the watts. 83 watts. And close to a power factor of 1. We'll call it a power factor of 1. That's really close. I could just go over here and feel the air. Oh yeah, that is easily Goldline. Alright. Time for spin down. Well, that's a good sign. It's got a long spin down going. That's a good sign. Move the box out of the way. Still going. That's good. I mean, that's good bearings in this. Didn't hear any. I didn't hear any bearing noise that I know of, so definitely a good sign. I'm impressed with the way this thing runs. And as I said, I definitely think this might beat a Goldline. All right, it's about. All right. Well, now let's do the decade box. Let's see if this thing starts low. I usually see stuff like this not start as low of microfarads or of capacitance as some of the others. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's gonna start. Okay, it started a little earlier. I thought it was gonna start at 5 or 6. I'm gonna see if this is gonna stall. I doubt that it will. This looks like it's gonna keep going. So it started lower than I thought it would, because I know he tells me Union Goldline type industrials, Unions and Goldlines, those particular type don't start as low on the decade as I thought they would, so. All right, since, and I know that's going to keep going, I'm going to put 5. I'm going to see if I can use an 8, 12, 20 on this or not. This is 5. Here's 6. Still kind of slow. 7. And I'm going to try 8. We'll see if it doesn't get too close to high or go over by the time I reach 20. Okay, so, I mean, right now, if this goes well, I know if I ever use this on a 4-speed control that I would use this with an 8, 12, 20. I'm hoping to get the perfect speed range, capacitor-based control. And I know I was told these do come with a control box, so right here for an industrial, this is a perfect low. So this is 8, here's 9, 10, 11, and here's 12. Because those that I do use an 8, 12, 20 on, I get the perfect speed range, like a variable, like a solid state, where I get the low speed and then I get this medium low, which is like grocery store type speed that I commonly see them on. So this works. Here's 13. 14, 15, 16, 17, and it's already looking like I'm close to high already, and I'm only at 17, so it's kind of, these things kind of get weird like that. This is 18, 19, and 20. And I remember the current drawn high was 0.73. Weird how that kind of jumped up. I hit the high switch. It's going to drop down to 0.73. So really not much of a difference. Yeah, maybe. This is 20. Yeah, it's... Okay, so it dropped down a little because it was already up to speed. This might be a slower accelerator fan, so... $21. Let's see. Sometimes I might have to, give it a chance to speed up. It's 22. 23. 24, 25. Let's see if so I'm pretty much right at high. I'm at 27. I'm just going to go to 30. It's not really drawing much more current, but there's a big inrush to this. So unfortunately, I'm safe on an 81220, but that 20 microfarad speed setting is useless because it's just too close to high. It doesn't have that difference of being like either that past medium speed towards high, where it's not quite as insanely fast. This is 30 right here. Let's see. I went up to 35 and I maxed it out. Doesn't really have a resonant frequency to it, but yeah, that's why a lot of these are on solid state, and I know either of these came with a control box. Yeah, this is more like the Caraway type industrials, if you ask me. These are like HRS, or more like the Caraways that don't have that outer wide gold band. So I'm going to go solid state with this. See if this is noisy or quiet. I have a feeling this might be on the noisy side. Oh, wow. Way quieter than I thought. That is near silent. Just had to turn down one fan. I wanted to hear something. Inching it up. That is literally bedroom quiet. You could pretty much call that silent. I'm just gonna back. I just want to hear if I can. I can't even hear it. It's like you have to put your ear right up to it to even hear the hum at all. That is just... still speeding up. I can hear it accelerating. Impressive with solid state, because My Pelco is very noisy on low with solid state, but that's just how it is. All right. Well, that is actually all I have for this this Laurel's Regency butterfly industrial, or I should say Caraway HRS. That's another thing that this really heavily looks like. So I'll but need the camera stand. So I'll be back with more fans later on. So keep watching and subscribing.